I've got to say the old Cherokee has done pretty much what you'd expect it to do, really. We're not going to go into a great spiel about how good the Cherokee is because we've talked about it on the program before, several times, I think. This dust is getting on my nerves. But I've got to say, I don't know. The Cherokee has disappointed me a bit on this trip. We've seen one or two vehicles pumping out a hell of a lot of black smoke. We've seen one or two vehicles with reversing lights coming on when people did their brake lights, seemingly. Alright, only one vehicle in that category. And I've seen a lot of vehicles getting stuck. We got stuck ourselves in the mud yesterday, and it didn't look anything. I tried to stick one side of the car in a kind of rut, and the other side on dry land, as it were. So the car was at that sort of angle. But we beached it, or I beached it, me personally, because the underside of the... I'm bruised, I'm battered. The underside of the car collided with the ground, and we were kind of, if you like, beached in midair. So that was probably driver error rather than design fault or any criticism with the vehicle. But I was frankly surprised that the Cherokee could get beached so easily in that situation. But they're very solid, and this great new interior, vast improvement on the old Cherokee. Although the styling, it suddenly hit me that I prefer the styling of the old one. It was a bit squarer and sharper and a little bit kind of old hat, I suppose, and this is more 90s. It's rounder and smoother. This is the lunatic that's just done that to me, taking me through rivers and mountains and forests. And Ty, explain what this vehicle is.
Well, it's a self-made vehicle. The chassis is a military Jeep chassis. We put all different lower gears in it, lockers in it, and we wire everything, mount all our own engines and transmissions, and basically build the whole thing. The only thing original is the frame itself.
Four-wheel drive, obviously.
Four-wheel drive, yeah. It's got the lowest 717 gears in the axles, a Detroit locker in rear, power lock in the front, and then the automatic transmissions have low gear kits in them.
Okay, and what about the engine itself? This one, I think, has a Chevy engine.
Yeah, it's a Chevy V8, and they're basically just stock engines, because we're just kind of creep and roll along. We don't need not horsepower in our way along, and they're just pretty well thought out four-wheel drive vehicles.
I mean, I was just staggered by what we went through there. I mean, this river alone, I mean, just amazing.
Yeah, this is actually a small river as far as what we could cross. This is actually called a creek. This is Friday Creek.
Oh, this is only a creek?
Yeah.
Oh, this is not even a river?
Yeah. Yeah.
But listen, I don't know, what is this? I mean, did you call this a truck? Do you call it an off-roader? What do you call it?
Most people call them Alaskan Tundra Buggies or swamp buggies.
Hang on, what was the first one?
The Alaskan Tundra Buggy.
Tundra Buggy.
Tundra, yeah. There's lots of tundra up here.
Right,
and
that's cool.
Then there's lots of swamp too, so a lot of people call them swamp buggies. You know?
All right. Now, you designed it, you made it yourself, and in fact, you've got 3 or 4 already.
We got 3 right now. Yeah, actually, me and my father made them.
Okay.
Who made them?
Okay.
And
But why not, you know, go into commercial production? I mean, I've seen what's been done today with this thing, just staggering. I mean, any thoughts of widening the business and maybe exporting them even to other countries?
Well, that'd be good, you know. We're capable of making them, that's for sure.
What sort of cost is involved? What would it cost to buy one of these things all made up after you and your little workshop has gone to work on these for a few weeks?
Around $30,000 would be a basic price, you know.
$30,000.
Yeah,
that's about £20,000.
Yeah, and that would be, you know, new engines, transmissions, all new gears, lockers, and everything is new. You know, like I said, we cut our own glass and wire it completely ourselves. And
now, more likely, I think, than anybody in England buying one of these, or in Britain, I should say. Britain, not England, sorry. More likely is that somebody might take a ride in one rather than buy one. If they just happen to be passing through Alaska, or pretty, you know, about 100 miles away from Anchorage, are we about that distance away, and they fancy going to see a glacier, they can hitch a ride with you. What will that cost them for the day?
Full day, $89, and that's with meals and drinks and
Hey, and it's a long day as well.
Yeah,
I mean in the nicest
8-hour plus day.
Yeah. And so, did you say $90? That's about £60 per person.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, but $90.
Yeah, $90.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have I paid you yet? Actually, I don't remember paying you. Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's.
But listen, there was something else I was going to ask you, and that's. You kindly let me have a drive of your vehicle, and I think you were pretty cautious about that. When I asked you first thing, you said no. When you realised what a nice guy I was, you reluctantly agreed. Yeah. And I've got to say, I was amazed how refined it was. It was very quiet, actually. Very easy to drive.
Smooth riding and stuff. And
absolutely.
The body has its own suspension, separate of the main frame suspension.
That was quite obvious from the movement.
Yeah, yeah.
But let me ask you, how many British people have actually driven one of these things?
None. You're the first. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I am the first Briton in the world ever to drive
an Alaskan Tundra Buggy.
Another first for Britain. We're still discovering things on the other side of the world. This is Mike Rutherford, News at 10, Alaska.